That's what a lot of people are saying. Is it right for the fans to be telling them, write it again, it sucked, when they're the ones that created it? I would freaking wish that they would write it again or do it over, but I can't freaking tell them to do that because it's kind of messed up. It's kind of like I've said before. Someone told me the other day. It's like telling somebody, your kids are ugly, they're stupid, make another one. You know, it's kind of like that. I mean, it's a kind of an extreme analogy, but still, it's telling somebody that what they made sucks. They should write it again. I mean, we are the loyal fans, but we've got to think that if they do that, if they're like, okay, guys, we'll write another ending for you guys, what is that saying about them? It's saying that we control them, and not that they're just a developer, that they're a developer of games. No, they're a developer of whatever the hell we want. So it's like we control them. So it really makes them look bad as a company. It makes them, I mean, as much as we'd love it, as much as it would redeem them somewhat, it would make the company look bad. It would make them look like, you know, like, what the hell are you doing this for? You know, like, who's your boss? Who are you doing? You know, kind of like that. I hope you guys understand what I mean. Of course, I'd like to see a new ending, but I think the indoctrination theory would be a big, huge redeemer for Bioware. It would kind of be them being, it would kind of be them appealing too much to the fans, like, because they didn't come up with it. With what Patrick Weeks is saying, they did not come up with it. This is a fan-based thing. Yeah, they would redeem them because it would completely wipe the existing ending clear, and they'd be able to start all over. But the reason why I'm just like, it's not the indoctrination theory is because a lot of things don't fit, and also because of the way, like I said, because of the way that BioWare is responding with this, with the when they said that they were going to do the extended cut DLC for Mass Effect 3, they said that there's not going to be any new gameplay, and it's not going to change the ending. It's only going to explain the current ending, and there's no new gameplay. It's pretty much just new cutscenes. The indoctrination theory, in order to end the game, the indoctrination theory needs a DLC that will end the game, that would end the concept of what's going on, because the indoctrination theory pretty much ends with you going, oh my god, what happened to the Reapers? It ends on that cliffhanger. Shepard's either indoctrinated or not, but what happens to the Reapers? So it's like a DLC where you have to freaking fight the Reapers, this epic battle with Harbinger or something like that, right? Because that's left up in the air. What the hell happened to the Reapers? Now, if there's no new gameplay, like they're saying, then what the hell are they gonna do if they do the indoctrination theory? This epic battle that's just cinematic, and you're just like, I wish I was participating. That would be horrible. That would be so horrible, because it'd be like, really, this epic battle's going on, and I'm not even part of it. When that's my Shepard. The ending, and I'm not even part of it. So yeah, the indoctrination theory, as much as, like I said, a lot of you think that I hate it or that I don't like it, but it's not that. I don't hate it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's one of the redeemers for BioWare. It's the way to redeem themselves, but they're not going that way because of what they're saying, the way that they're responding. It's just kind of proving the indoctrination theory wrong. Well, not wrong, but just they're not using it. That's not what they had in mind, and they're going to stick to their ending because they keep on saying that they're going to stick to their artistic integrity. So they're not going to change it because like I said, it would make them look pretty bad as a company in the eyes of other companies. They would be. And I mean on a business level. I mean, for a fan base, I'd be like, that is awesome. For a developer to really care about us that much, that's freaking awesome. But I mean, as much as they care about their fans, this is more about business and about their their business, their faces that they put out as a developer. With the my Beings of Light video that I made, the theory, that I said it a lot in the video that that theory doesn't make the ending better. A lot of you thought that I was saying, "Oh my God, this is awesome! The ending is so good now." No, that's not what I was saying. I was just trying to explain the ending as it was, trying to guess what Bioware was going to do, and I think that's what Bioware is going to do. They're going to come out with this DLC and say, this kid or this catalyst is the being of light, because in a tweet, Jessica Marizan, she hinted, someone asked about the catalyst and if he was an AI or a VI, and she says that it's presumed that he's a being of light. So I was like, I mean, she did use the word presumed, so it's still a maybe, but she did use the word being of light too. So yeah, that kid is most likely the being of light, like I was stating. But like I said, that's not going to make anything better because it's just going to explain the actual ending that's there. So there's really no, like, yay, I was right, because nobody really wins in that case, because the ending's still there. I mean, they're going to explain a few things. They're probably going to explain who the hell that kid is and more things. I think there's going to be more scenes between Shepard and the Catalyst. Hopefully they clear up these inconsistencies with, because there's this huge inconsistency that a lot of people are saying, and I didn't really mention it in my video, but it's also something that I've thought of. The Catalyst keeps on claiming that the Reapers aren't killing organics, but instead they're ascending organics and preserving them in order to save them from synthetics like the Geth. So it's not that, a lot of people are saying, how come the Catalyst is using synthetics to kill organics when the Catalyst is saying synthetics is bad? It's not that, because Reapers are considered to be synthetic organic, not pure synthetics. So the Catalyst says, I'm not saying this. I'm not the one that comes up with these things. People think that I'm the one that made this up. I'm not. Listen to what the Catalyst says. He's saying this exactly. He says that the Reapers are kind of preserving the organics and saving them from synthetics. But then it's like, throughout the whole damn game, I proved that synthetics and organics could work together. You freaking resolved the Quarian and Geth war. If that was going to be like, oh no, that was nothing, then why the hell was it in the game? If it didn't stand for anything. And then the whole thing with Edie, I mean, Edie was, you throughout the whole game, she's talking about that. About being synthetic, but yet, you know, still working with organics, and how, if she's really alive or if she's not, and that thing. And it's just like, it completely nullifies what the damn Catalyst is saying. And you're just, and Shepard never questions this. Shepard never says this. And he does to that destroyer, the Reaper destroyer on Rannoch. He says that, but then the freaking Reaper destroyer just says, your war with on Rannoch like proves that Geth, or that synthetics and organics can't work together. And I'd be like, yeah, but the war's over. They're working together right now. It's just like, oh, Jesus. And then again with the Geth and the Quarian, that the Geth weren't the ones that started the war with the Quarians. It was pretty much the Quarians. It wasn't the Geth. And with what the Catalysts are saying, the Catalyst says that the synthetics are the ones that start these wars. And it's just like, it wasn't them though. It was freaking organics. It was the Quarians. I mean, maybe they could just, they're gonna say that because of synthetics there's war or something like that. I don't freaking know, but it's an inconsistency. And then the bigger inconsistency is that the Catalysts keep saying that the Reapers are, you know, saving us from synthetics like the Geth, yet the Reapers used the Geth to kill us. The heretics. Like, what the hell was that all about? If you're trying to save us from them, then why the hell did you turn them to kill us? When the Geth weren't hostile towards us until the Reapers took over them. So it's like, what? I mean, unless the DLC is going to prove that the Catalyst is freaking diluted, then that would make sense. I'd be like, okay, he's freaking crazy. That's what's going on. But no, the DLC isn't going to make the ending any better. That's why that's why a lot of people asked me, I mentioned this in the previous video already, that I was pretty indifferent about the DLC. And a lot of people are like, why? And this is why. Because it's not going to do anything to the ending. It's only going to make you go like, oh my god, that's even worse. That's what I think. I think they're going to explain things and you're just going to be like, that still doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I've kind of changed my opinion of Bioware. I still love them. I'd still get all excited if another Bioware RPG was announced. I'd be like, oh my god. Because they've done good jobs with other RPGs, but I'm really the way that they're that they've been recently responding, BioWare, like with this Patrick Weeks interview, it's just really making me see that we were gonna question these things, like we're stupid or something. So that's what bothers me. Like I said in my Beings of Light video that I didn't want to like give up on BioWare and all that, and I'm like, they've got this plan. They probably do have that plan. They're probably going to say, oh, this is a Being of Light. We mentioned this in Mass Effect 1, and the mass relays didn't get destroyed. They overloaded. They didn't destroy anybody. The freaking resources are still going to be there, and the fleets are going to they're going to survive, and they're all going to get together, and they're all going to have fun, and they're all going to be good. And then there's people talking about, or there's a rumor about this freaking war, the Soul War, or whatever the hell it's called. And I'm just like, for Mass Effect 4, and someone, I'll put the link in the description, I can't remember the name of the person, but he made a really good point about talking about that there was dextro DNA species in the Sol system, like the Turians and the Quarians, and freaking dextros can't eat the food of a human or something like that. And what planet is there? It's Earth. So what are they going to eat? I mean, they already said on Twitter that nobody's going to starve, guys. But do you think they actually thought about the dextros? Where are they going to get their food? And then they keep on saying, oh, they've got FTL drives. But if you know anything, the difference between an FTL drive and a freaking mass relay, it's a huge difference. People aren't going to be able to go back to Tachanka. They're not going to be able to go back to freaking Omega or something like that. That's way too far. It's going to take them freaking years to get there. And with what? What are they going to survive on? It just makes no freaking sense, no matter what they say. So just like they said that they didn't think that we were going to think about it, I'm sure they're the ones that didn't think about it. They're not the ones that... They didn't think about all this stuff. They dug themselves into a huge hole, and now they're trying to get out of it. And it's just, there's no explaining it. It's just obvious that these things are, they don't go. It's just like, whoops. There's a huge whoops on these questions. On the fleets, it's just a freaking whoops. What are these dextros gonna do? Oh, freaking whoops. The mass relays? Freaking whoops. The Catalyst, unless they say he's a freaking idiot and he's deluded and he doesn't know what anything means, he doesn't know what the difference between killing something and preserving something means, it's a freaking whoops.